Thank you. Well, the good news is that the government now is facing quite problems in the parliament. The bad news is that I need to speak shortly and go back to the parliament in order to vote and hopefully to defeat them when it comes to some of the bills that are on the Israeli parliament table. Few words about the different roads, the different visions for the state of Israel, of the opposition and the government. When it comes to the opposition, our national GPS says that Israel is a Jewish democratic state, nation state of the Jewish people with equal rights to all its citizens. And our responsibility is to keep these two values of Israel as nation state of the Jewish people with equal rights to all its citizens living in harmony. And therefore, what we would like to do as well is to achieve peace with the Palestinians in order to keep in Israel a Jewish majority. And therefore, we support peace. We believe that this is the Israeli interest, and we support, or basically we are against any trends, bills, those that are trying to attack Israel democracy, change the nature of Israel as a democracy, and to take these two values of Israel as a Jewish democratic state and put the Jewishness of the state of Israel above Israel as a democracy. This is the major difference between us in the opposition and between the current Israeli coalition. Now, it's not just a theoretical debate on Israel's values. We need to translate it into daily decisions. And when it comes to Israel's security, I think that now it is clear that those that are speaking what we call rightish against terror, what need to be done, I believe that now it's clear that the answer to the situation in Gaza is not in the hands of the government, but what we offer serves best the Israeli interest. And I would like to advise all the ministers that came here saying that next time we would reoccupy Gaza, conquer Hamas, kill them all or something like this. If you want to shoot, shoot. Don't talk. Because talking without doing, this is something that harms Israel's deterrence more than anything else. And now it's clear that it's not the Israeli interest to reoccupy Gaza. We don't want to have the responsibility of the life of 2 million Palestinians. So what we should do, according to our strategy, something that unfortunately the government doesn't have, we believe that looking at the region, when we see extreme religious ideology represented by terrorist organizations or states, whether it's Iran, Hezbollah, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, all these, and Hamas in Gaza Strip, they represent religious conflict. There is no hope for peace with them. They would never, never, never accept the right of Israel to exist. And therefore, the entire international community, according to the quartet requirement, said that if Hamas want to get legitimacy, they need to accept the right of Israel to exist, to renounce violence and terrorism, and to accept formal agreements between Israel and the Palestinians. Now, looking again at the region from a bird-eye point of view, we see pragmatics. We see those understanding that Iran and these extreme Islamist group, they represent a threat to them as well. So we can create another alliance in the region, working with the moderates, with the pragmatics, against the extremists. Looking on the Palestinian side, we have both. We have Hamas controlling Gaza Strip, but we have also the PA, the Palestinian Authority, that represent a national conflict with Israel, which is, I believe, solvable. So our strategy is to work with the PA, and they are working with us on Israel's security on a daily basis and strengthen them. And in terms of sticks and carrot, they deserve the carrot, while Hamas deserves the stick. Unfortunately, what the government did during the last 3 years is acting against Abu Mazen, against the PA, blame him in this useless blame game on a daily basis, blaming the PA, while in a way enforcing or strengthening Hamas. And this is something that I believe is not acceptable. It sends a message to the region that we are giving something to those that are using terror against Israel and blaming or weakening those that are working with Israel against terror. And therefore, our strategy is the right thing to do. I'm glad that now we have a kind of a fragile ceasefire. But what's next? Are we now a kind of a hostages in the hands of Hamas, waiting for the new pack of dollars coming for Qatar next month? Is this the way we are going to act? Is this the way we would leave our citizens that are living under rockets and mortars? This is not a solution. This is not a solution for the long run. And therefore, my advice to the government, instead of thinking that the answer is by speaking more in a more dramatic manner, manly manner, let's rethink, let's put on the table a plan which is more coherent, more strategic, that on one hand, let's strengthen the PA, on the other, let's together, with the international community, weaken Hamas. Because I believe that what I said here today served the Israeli interest, served the interest of the international community, served the interest of peace, which I believe is an Israeli interest and the interest of the international community. And therefore, while criticizing the government and Netanyahu, it's not for having a ceasefire, but it's for not having a strategy and just once in a while having a ceasefire without changing the realities on the ground. Helping the population on humanitarian issues, yes, but not strengthening Hamas. Working with the PA, yes, but not giving carrots to Hamas as a terrorist organization. Well, therefore, we are in the opposition to continue in convincing the Israeli public that this is what needs to be done, that we are the answer, and our strategy is the right answer for Israel's security, and hopefully we would have elections soon, and we can be elected in order to implement it and to do it the day after. But now, excuse me, I need to go back to the parliament and have our daily fights and battles in the parliament. Thank you.